Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the We Are Not Regular podcast. I'm Kelly. We got Eva in the building and we got Ashley. I jumped ahead of them because I know they always try to see who's going to go first. So I introduced them both. There we go.
Thank you, girl.
Hi. Hey, how y'all
What's
doing?
go- I'm good. I'm good. What's going on, ladies? How's everybody?
Good. Just returning back to work from a couple of days off. I
Rough, right?
wish I had some more of those days off. Well, I have more of those days off, but I wish I had more of those days off. But that's
Agreed.
about it.
Agreed.
I'm also doing my vision board. Uh, this is
That's
fun.
good.
Yeah, spring's here. I like to do mine in the springtime instead of the wintertime. I don't know. It feels right.
And
So
it's
I'm
like
currently.
it's happy spring, things are blossoming, your mood's better,
Yeah.
it's daylight longer.
Yeah. So I
So
got me
that
this
makes
like
sense.
goals board and I'm cutting out little articles and shit. So I could just be a kid, get some glue and glue those down. That's it.
That
Yeah,
sounds peaceful.
it does.
How
It's
about you,
fun.
Ash?
Well, I'm just getting back from Miami. I had an amazing
Ow.
weekend. Me and Naomi, we flew out. We met up with my dad. He rented out this like Airbnb that had like a pool in the backyard. It had like everything that we needed. We barbecued, we drank, we smoked. It was just a blast. It was a vibe. It just felt good to be around. I always love being with my dad, but just being around my family, it was fire. Um, yeah, it was just such a vibe. And then today was my first day back at work, and I was just like, I love my job though, but I'd rather be on vacation for the rest of my life.
It's work. It's like, hey.
It's like who excited to be at work? Like, yeah, and then some I've been doing my notary business and stuff like that. People have been needing me, so that's always been fun.
Okay,
Yeah, so
that's fun.
right, so I'm excited. And I'm still, if you ever need a realtor, okay, because
New York, Atlanta, and Florida, right?
not yet, girl, not yet, not for Florida,
Okay.
but
New York and Atlanta's finest.
exactly, it's me. But yeah, I'm trying to get people at houses. You feel me? But you gotta. Here's the thing, y'all. When you guys approach somebody, in order for you to get a house, you gotta have money. At least, yo, you'll be so like, or most importantly, you must have credit. At least like we're either working towards better credit or functional credit, where you know what I mean. I
Mm.
Right.
At 400, you're not gonna be able to get a loan yet. Let's work together. I will help you. I will guide you on your journey, but don't think that we're showing you houses immediately. You have work to do, but we're gonna work it out together, okay? But don't be wasting people's time, y'all. I be tired of people wasting time. Anyway, but we already know that people are nuts and it is what it is.
Yeah.
That is true.
I just don't understand.
Kelly, what a oh, go
No,
ahead.
no, I just don't understand people. So
She's puzzled. She's like sitting there, like really, and I know she got a couple people in mind. That's why she's looking so stressed.
because I'd be like, Jesus Christ. But anyway, how are you, Kelly?
Well, as you both know, I just came back from New York, and we are
Yay.
terrible because we did not record together. But
No.
but we enjoyed each other's company, which is what we needed. So I think that was awesome. Sometimes you just got to reconnect with your circle, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we talk every week and throughout the day and whatever else, but it's nothing like physically being around your people, and the energy just feels right, especially when you're around people who care about you. You know what I'm saying? So it was definitely awesome to see you guys and to see my parents and my sisters, and You know, I didn't go all over the place, and that was fine with me, you know, so I had a good time. So flew back home, had to get ready back to work. Kyle's here for a little while, so it's good to see him. So yeah, I'm just trying to readjust from being off a spring break because it's rough. Like I'm at work struggling.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, girl.
I know.
Yeah, so I'm tapped out of traveling for at least a couple months because I've been from San Diego to Tampa to New York in like a month, and I'm tired. I'm super tired.
The
Yeah,
And
jet
my
lag
house
is
looks
catching
like I
up
haven't
to
been home.
you.
Like that laundry's just sitting in the laundry basket, just piling up, and I just keep putting more piles onto it. I'm like, I can't. I don't have the energy.
I think that's the
But
only thing
it's good
I have
though.
coming back from traveling and having to unpack and put everything away. I'm
I
still in,
know.
I'm not ready to put my stuff away. I am, but I'm just not ready.
So, ladies, what y'all want to talk about?
I don't know what's going on in the world. What's going on out
Chaos.
there? Because I just watched.
Great.
I just now like watch TV. So I don't even know what's going on anymore.
What did you
Girl, I
see?
don't even, I
Ooh,
don't
what?
even want to watch TV.
Hmm?
Huh?
So I don't even want to watch the news or TV. Like, it's too stressful.
I've been addicted to reading newspapers and stuff like that. I don't know why.
No, you know what? That's how I get my news. I'll read an article and that's it. Like, it's just enough for me
Just
because if I put on the news, it's just constant, constant stuff.
It's way
Like
too.
I pull even like being on your phone and like just scrolling. Like I'm scrolling through my phone today and I saw a clip that in Miami, this guy tried to rape a lady in a Walmart in Miami while she was shopping. Like,
Nuts.
what? What? Then it's like, oh, plane crash in China. I'm
Yo,
like,
that Boeing shit.
yes.
why was I
I
getting
didn't.
getting on the plane and I happened to look and see that article? I was like, wow, I'm literally boarding a plane and I'm seeing this.
See,
I
I
was,
got off it and I was like, thank God I did not see this while I was getting on the plane.
and then while I'm
I
on,
didn't think it was real. Like I really did not think it was real. Like I seen that I'm just like, okay, the internet again. But then like I just kept seeing articles and articles and I was like, oh no, like this really like that should just no straight. Like
Mm.
my,
my
I was,
gosh.
I was in the air on, I had to take like two planes. Um, the turbulence was scary. It was so scary. I was like, what the fuck? I've never experienced turbulence like that. I was like, oh,
Wow.
and right after seeing that article, I was like, God, please let me touch land. But I think that that put me off from like flying for a little bit.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? Like
It
when we were
shouldn't.
landing, we were landing, right? And it was like a really rough landing. Like when I was like, it was like, boo, 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 we're all shaking on the plane. And Carter was just looking at me. So like the pilot gets on, he goes, hey guys, just to let you know, we have to test our autopilot landing, whatever thing, once a month. He's like, so I didn't land it. It was the autopilot landing. Carter's like, he's lying, mom. He's lying. He's like, he's blaming it on the autopilot. I was like, whoever did it, it was rough. It was way too rough for my liking.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
shouldn't be discouraged from flying for a bit though, because there's a bigger chance that you'll get hit by a car in New York than die
that,
from a plane crash.
that
Or
is true.
Florida. Yeah.
That's true. But I was just like, all right, let's just take a break for a little bit. So that's what I'm I felt no, for real. I'm not gonna travel for a little bit. I'm just gonna take this time to really stack up because I have a goal that I'm trying to reach. I have two goals that I'm trying to reach, and I'm gonna reach them. And in
Same.
order to do so, I not travel and not spend money. So yeah, that's
You
it.
should make a vision board.
Oh, I have I brought these like little whiteboards from the dollar store. And so what I do is I have them. I have one at the foot of the bed and one on the side of the bed. So all my goals are written down on them. So when I wake up in the morning, I visually see what it is. What are the goals that I'm trying to knock off? So that's been very helpful for me. And I haven't
Oh.
did it in months. So I'm gonna sit after, the podcast is done. I'm gonna sit and write and get all my new goals together so I could reach them and get everything going pretty much. So
I like that idea.
vision boards are so important if you're trying to set goals and reach them. I highly suggest doing so, whether it be a vision board or the whiteboards like me, baby. It definitely
Bo?
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, hit them goals, y'all.
I'm completely with you on that vision board because you need to see what your goals are. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you kind of just like, oh, yeah, this is something I want to do. And then the year goes by and things happen, life happens. You sometimes forget about them. You know what I'm saying? Or you put them on the back burner. But when you have it in your face and you're like, oh, that's right. I want to work on that. Oh, that's right. I want to do this. Let me look into this. Let me Google this while I'm. And the next thing you know, you're starting to get closer and closer to your goal. So I'm a firm believer in vision boards.
Yep, you gotta hold yourself
Yeah.
accountable. Like I
Absolutely.
I have not been
'Cause
accountable.
nobody's gonna check you but you.
Exactly.
Facts.
I'll be real. Like I feel like this last year or the last few months, I have not been accomplishing. Like I've been doing things, but not as much as I should. Like I feel like I'm not going hard enough to do the hit the goals that I've been wanting to hit. So I've been kind of like kicking myself a lot recently for that. Um, I don't know. You guys feel like you guys been like hitting your goals, or have you guys felt like behind, or like where you guys at?
I'm like in the
Not,
abyss.
I feel stagnant. Like
Yeah.
I'm not going backwards.
Right.
I'm
Not
not
quite
going
moving as fast as
forward.
I want to. Yeah. So I'm kind of like in the middle, like it's on my mind, but I just feel like I need like an extra push. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that makes sense. What about you, Eva?
Same. It's like I'm stuck on ice. Like when you're like trying to get out of like a parking spot and you're gliding, like you might glide a little bit forward or you might glide like a little bit back, but it's like you're
mhm.
not really moving anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's like I know I'm getting somewhere because compared to where I was last year, like I'm not in the same spot. So I'm moving somewhere,
Right.
if that makes any sense.
Another
Yeah.
another thing too, I know that for a fact that I've let my fear really stop me from being the greatest that I'm supposed to be. You know what I mean? And
Hmm.
not I dislike myself for even allowing that to happen. You know what I mean? Because it's so much,
Yeah.
I could have been so much further than where I am. And I mean, I know everything is just like on God's timing, but I also have to do the work too. And I'm just like, oh, because only reason why I'm mentioning all of this is because I happen to be on Facebook today and I got how they send you the reminder posts. And I was like, when the post was like, oh, this is the first day of the rest of my life. And it was like from 2014. I'm just like, well, what did I do from 2014 up until now that I'm feel like, oh, I've accomplished and this is my new life. And I feel like I haven't, like I've accomplished things, but not in the sense that I feel I should have, you know what I mean? I should have been,
Hmm.
yo, Facebook reminders, they be kicking my ass. What the fuck is going on at that time?
Oh my goodness.
I don't know.
I wonder what you were thinking about.
Me too. I wonder if it was like
Oh, I
when
That's
wonder
so
that
funny.
all the time.
Yeah, when
Like
I
I be
look back
seeing
into
like,
these cryptic things that I've been saying, I was like, what the hell was I talking
yeah.
about? Like, this better be a
Well,
song lyric.
and then sometimes you look at like your memories and you'd be like, oh my gosh, what was I doing with my life back then? Like, that was a hot mess.
Mm-hmm.
Like that 2007 to like 2009 was bad, all bad.
Really?
A blur.
Yeah.
A lot of it was very like blurry because we were already legal. Well, yeah, we were legal to drink. We were
Yep.
in college, so yeah. What a time.
What a
But it was
time.
like no, but it was like at that point I did think I was like grown and I did think I was an adult and I was accomplishing things and
That's how Kaden got here.
It's,
yeah,
time really flies.
It does.
yeah.
It seems like it was just yesterday, but that shit flew. And so much has changed, but it's like, is it the same though? It is.
Like, yeah, Ash, like we're both about to have a 9-year-old. Like it does not feel like 9 years ago that we had them.
I know. I need to have another one immediately. That's what I'm saying. Like I feel like like my clock is ticking. I feel so much
So
better
But
too.
it's not.
it's my personal clock is ticking. Like I have in my
Yeah.
mind my cutoff. Now it's society's my cutoff. Now my cutoff might be earlier than most people, but I know that at a certain point, I'm not going to either one have the energy or want to have the energy, or I'm going to shift my focus and focus on other things as opposed to a child. So for me, I have, all right, if I don't do it in this amount of time for a new goal. That's just me.
Same.
But
I have a quote unquote cutoff age. It's not really a cutoff age, but it's the time where I'll be like, all right, bitch, like you're pushing that button. But it's a later one. Mine isn't
and that's
early because
fine.
there's a lot that I want to do before like I have kids. And it's like my thanks to my sister, like my parents actually never really asked for grandkids, and even if they did, like my sister took care of that for now.
Right.
So it's just
There
like
you go.
I'm in the clear for a bit. But even so, like they wouldn't rush me because they wouldn't want to help me. So not on like some they wouldn't want to help me, but they're like, I'm not raising a kid.
Right.
They did.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know, y'all. I feel like I need, but
But that's normal though, because that just means you want change.
I do.
And it's like that means that you want change and there's something that you can change.
Now more than ever, like it's just like I have to, it's a lot of things in my life that I have to change, like in order for things to get better for my mental, mostly for my mental. Like there's certain things that I have to do to change my circumstances. Like not saying that my circumstances are bad, but I'm in need of a change right now. And I'm
Same.
not desperate for it, but I want it so bad. Um, and I feel like I want to be more active about those changes. So we'll just see. Oh, we'll
But
see.
that's how you get them. That's how you open up. That's the whole opening up to receive the positivity. Like that's you opening up to receive the gifts that are coming your way. Go me.
Hey,
Look at you. Look at you.
thank you,
Deep
Ida.
shit.
I need
But
to
no,
take.
that's how I see it though. Like that's how you have to visualize. Because if you keep seeing negative, if you keep focused on that, that's all you're gonna see. But
Yeah,
when you see the
Right.
positive, you'll see all the different openings and everything that's happening in your world. Not saying negative won't happen because that's just life, but
right. Yeah, but I just feel like I really, really want a family.
same.
Can't force that, but that's something that's been on my mind a lot lately.
Same. And in time, look, in
I know
time it will happen.
somehow, some way, when I least expect it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, um, this is so random, but have you guys heard about Jada and Lil Baby breaking up for the millionth time?
A little bit, but I mean, I don't really care about them. But what I found interesting about the whole story about them was that like she had posted something I think I saw on Shade Room or one of them where she was just like, oh, you got mad because I texted another nigga, like boo-hoo, like basically trying to say like that you haven't hurt my feelings before. And I think it's just so funny that no matter what guy it is, rich, not rich, whatever, there's always that double standard where they will put us through hell, and then be like, oh, it's not that bad. Oh, forgive me. Oh, blah, blah, blah. But the moment we hurt their feelings, oh my gosh, we are the worst people in the world. Oh, how could she talk to somebody else? Never mind that I'm talking to 30 other chicks, but she talked to this one dude and she replied to him and it's over. I can't deal with it. She ain't loyal. Mind you, not even in a relationship, but she ain't loyal to me. She ain't holding. I'm like, yo, really? Really, guys? Like,
Men kill me with that though. Like she was saying that, you know, he's hurt her a million times and she texts the nigga back and he's just like, his chest is hurting.
yes, exactly. That's what it was.
She said. And I feel like a lot men they can't take what they dish out. Like
Nope.
that's just like we know that they just are not built tough. Especially men nowadays. I don't know what it is. Like the roles have reversed a lot lately, where us like men are just soft, and I don't know about, but a lot of men are really soft. But either way, they still can handle their woman potentially talking to somebody else, doing the same thing that they did to their woman to them.
That's all ego.
Yeah, like
That's all ego.
All ego. They will have quote unquote friends, be in somebody's DM, hit up somebody that they told you they were never going to hit up again, or whatever the situation is. But the moment you reply to somebody else, it's like the end of the world to them.
Like, hello.
Yeah.
I don't understand what that.
And I don't want to not like all men or generalize all men because not everybody thinks
not
like
all
that.
Men.
When we say that, we're not generalizing you guys.
We're talking about the ones that do.
We're talking about the ones that do. Exactly. And we all know
not
ones
the rest
that do.
of them. Yeah.
Like,
it's ego. Most men, many men don't know how to deal with their emotions.
Yeah.
Not know how to deal with their emotions, but they deal with them differently. Sometimes by just not showing them. So like they be in love with women and then be doing just dumb shit.
mm-hmm.
And then like when she does some dumb shit, it's just like, oh shit, I actually care. And it's like,
but you know what? I blame that on how we raise boys. And I say we as in any mother who's had sons. Or even the fathers who are involved. They be like, nah, you can't show emotion. You gotta toughen up, be a man, be a man. And then we tell them that their whole life, and then they get older, and then we expect them to be in relationships and be able to open up and talk about what they want to talk about and feel how they want to feel. And guess what? They don't know how.
They don't know how.
And they don't. And we expect them to because we're like, I know how. But yeah, but that's what we're taught. Women are so emotional and they talk about their feelings. So it's easier for us because that's how we're trained. Yeah. And then for them, they don't know how. And so now you got problems in your relationship because you want to say how you feel, but you feel you can't because they're going to make you feel soft.
Bingo.
It's crazy. Yeah. It's crazy. Like, I refuse to raise my sons like that. Like, I always said that. I always tell Kane, don't bottle it up. If you're not okay, tell me you're not okay. And if you don't know the reason why you're okay, at least say, Mom, I'm not all right. I don't know why, but I don't feel. At least you're expressing that something ain't right with you. You know something's wrong. You got to figure it out and you got to work on it.
Mm-hmm. So that you're at least given that moment in time to actually sit with yourself and figure it out.
Exactly. But at least you're acknowledging.
That's the key. You're acknowledging your feeling. There's a whole Pixar movie about this.
Yes, there is actually. It was a very good movie too.
I cry every time I watch it.
It was Inside Out, right?
Yes, how to deal with your emotions. That shit is real. And most adults in our growing age do not know how to do it. The people who are outshining us is this generation, like these younger kids.
Mhm.
They're more vocal. They're able to tell you
Yeah.
exactly how they feel.
Yeah, it's true.
And you know, it's crazy. We like, I think you said it, Eva, when we linked up, that we're like that generation that's kind of in the middle. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
it's we do what we're told because that's how we were raised and that's how it was. That's how our parents taught us. But at the same time,
We
we're
stepped out.
like, nah, it ain't working.
Mm,
This is something ain't right
like
with this.
we could change
Yeah,
this.
yeah, this could
And
change. And then,
especially with Black people, it's a lot of us are like, that didn't really work. So let's try to
right.
change this.
Right.
Yeah, just like even when I'm at work and we have like mad outdated policies and stuff, and I'll be like, why do we do it like this? Nobody can tell you why. Nobody can tell you why we do the things that we do. It's just something that we've done. Like, like if we eliminate this, our workload is not as hard. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like sometimes it's just common sense and you just gotta realize like this ain't working.
That's like the conversation we had with your dad about New York State, how like everything about it is archaic. Like
Yes, yes.
there's a lot of these extra steps, and this paper has to go to this paper to this person first, and then blah blah blah. And that like a lot of that shit can be cut out.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking unnecessary. It's annoying that
Super annoying. So yeah.
you laughing at.
Kyle, he wants to interrupt our podcast because he wants something. Hold on.
He always wants that in my recording.
Always want something during the pod. Always.
You know what time it is.
We're recording. They can hear you. He's trying to be quiet, y'all.
Be quiet. Try to. I hear your footsteps.
So, Kyle, I got a question for you. You're not going to answer? Okay. So, why is it that men get so upset?
He left.
No.
He just walked out the door.
Why do men get butthurt when women do the same thing that they do to them? Like, butthurt. Yes. Like, why is it that guys be texting girls, but then the moment a girl texts a guy, guy's ready to break the whole relationship up and he can't function with you. You're not loyal.
What you do with texting guys?
I'm not texting guys.
Girls just be texting, yeah.
Oh, they just text you out the blue?
That's what happens.
All right, he's the wrong person to ask, y'all.
I don't know.
He's about to get beat up on the podcast and I'm gonna go to jail because it's on video.
It's just gonna be on YouTube.
Do that.
Sorry, bro.
Yeah, but bottom line is I think guys need to express themselves more.
Absolutely.
I think we also have to allow them to too, because we be rough feelings sometimes. Yeah. Sometimes it's because they don't feel what we're feeling, which isn't fair because they don't have to.
Yeah, that's true.
Sometimes because it's not what we want to hear, but that's not fair.
Yeah, I think a lot of
times we have to be like open.
Yeah, they want to tell us what we want to hear, but it doesn't really help in the long run. It might help in a moment to them, but it don't help.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to be in the dark about stuff. Tell me the truth. Like at least I know how to move forward, or at least in my mind, I'll know how to move forward. But don't keep it from me, because then it's just gonna come out eventually.
Yeah. All right, y'all. So I think that I have to let y'all know that I have commitment issues.
Really?
No.
Oh my gosh, girl.
I think it's official.
All right, anything happened in particular?
All right, yeah. So boom. This guy that I know from when I was like 16 years old hits me up, right? We started texting, like, cool and stuff like that. But he was coming on a little too strong. Like automatically, oh, you're gonna change my life. Um, I know that you're my wife and stuff like that. Just automatically like assuming that I was just gonna make him a better man. Right. So for me, I was just like, that was a little bit of a turn off because in a red flag, because number one, why would I make you have to want that for yourself. That's number one. And it was just a lot. But I was letting it rock. I was just like, you know what? Maybe he's just I don't know. I was just giving it, entertaining it and seeing what it was, right? So when I landed, when I was so tired from this weekend that I came home, put my bags to the side. Me and Naomi, we got comfortable, and I literally slept until this morning. I came in at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I literally slept until this morning. Um, and because I slept all day, I didn't speak to anybody, right? So I kept getting a whole bunch of phone calls, text messages, and stuff like that. But it wasn't it was a okay, how you doing? But or are you okay? It was just like you never gave me a chance to let you know that I was super tired and I was sleeping, literally sleeping all day. So he was just like very like, you played me. I can't believe you like, and it was cool. And then today I'm at work. You guys know what kind of work I do. But let's say it happens if I was out with a client, right? And you're harassing me. You called me like 7 times on the phone back to back, and then you were calling me FaceTime on Instagram back to back, like doing both. That was a lot, and I had to block him. And I felt bad because he's a nice guy, but that's just like red
No,
flag.
he's not.
I'm
No,
tripping.
he's not. He's not a nice guy.
Yeah, actually, I was about to say,
Nice guys don't do that.
Right. Outside of this, I was just like, okay, he's nice, but that was doing a lot of fucking too much. I was like,
it's crazy.
Right? Or am I nuts?
No, actually, what I was
Oh,
going to
no.
say to you, that's not commitment issues. That's red flags in a situation. And I was really about to ask you and you, Eva, what are y'all red flags when it comes to men? Because sometimes it's not commitment issues. Sometimes you just know something ain't right and you not investing yourself into it. And that's okay. So that's a red flag. Especially what you do, the type of work you do, and the different businesses you're involved in, you're not always on the phone. Like, we know that about you.
Right. And I was just like, nigga, like, that was such a turn off. I was just like, oh, yeah, nah. I don't even need to explain that to you. It's just done. Like, I'm not explaining.
Yeah, like, I'm not explaining nothing to you. You were nothing to me. Like,
I'm not your property. That's number one.
I'm sorry to get mad for you.
Together. Like, I understand that's what you want, but who said I want that? You know what I mean? So it was just like, that was just red, like you said, it was red flags galore. And I was just like, oh yeah, I had to block. But me as an empath, I feel bad with having to hurt somebody's feelings. You know what I mean? So that was really
always think about yours first.
Right. And that's my problem. I be thinking about other people's instead of mine. But
yeah,
I had to block Shorty, and I was just like, this is nuts. I don't even like I just said I'm going so crazy. Damn, that was crazy. I haven't had to deal with anything like that in a long time. I'm just like, what the fuck?
Do you feel like you need to talk to your partner like every day? Like, even if you are dating someone, like, is that something? Because that's like, if you don't talk to someone every day, is that like a big thing?
For me, no, because I like space. I like my space, but I want to keep in touch. Like, I don't want it to be like, oh, well, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, it has to be a certain level to it. Like, but I don't need to, right where I'm at right now, I don't need to speak to you every single day, every single hour, every half hour, just, because we both have our separate lives. But I do want to know, like, because I'm also want to live in their skin. So it just depends.
the fact that I understand everything she said about that. It's just like, no,
I
same.
know.
I like space. Like, I don't need to speak to you every day. But like, how are you doing?
See, and it's different for me a little bit, just a little bit.
Yeah.
And I say that because our lives are entwined right now. So everyday stuff, like I'll call you, like, yo, do we have paper towel at the house? Like I need to know stuff like that. Like, and yeah, sometimes our text messages are pointless because they're like, like little stuff like, about the house or something that needs to be done. But like sometimes when we're in the crib, we're in separate spaces. Like I know you're here and I want you around, but you don't have to be right next to me all day long.
Telling
Just
you those
around, just
future
be
houses
there.
are gonna have wings. Like
Yeah,
he gonna
like
be on
be
one wing,
here,
I'm gonna
but
be in the
don't like
other.
be here, be here.
Right.
Here.
Yeah,
here,
here,
but not
not
here.
like right here.
Not here.
Yeah,
Unless
so
I'm cuddling.
but don't go too long. Like don't go too long without text, like on purpose. Like let it flow. Like if you thinking about me, text me, you thinking about me. If you want to say something funny, I think that's why text messages are cool because you can reply when you want to reply. You know what I'm saying? But no, I don't need to be on the actual phone with you all day long. Because then you're just going to be listening to me breathe half the time because I don't have other things to say.
I did that in one relationship where like we just
Just listen
talked
to him breathe.
all the time for
Oh,
no reason. We just all the time.
Yeah,
So
like
unhealthy.
it's unhealthy. And then after a while, that shit is old. Like what are you talking about all the time? You know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
Not much to talk about. Like, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. And I like sitting in silence.
Me too. Like I could stare at you all day. I just want to hear your heartbeat.
That's what I'm saying. Like, be here, but like I don't have to like,
but not here.
but I'm here. Like I don't have to talk all day long. Like, yeah, like because Kyle's gone a lot, so we talk more so on the phone. You know what I mean? Like, it may not be throughout the day all day because we're both at work, but nighttime, it's a recap of the day. You know what I'm saying? Like we'll talk, if the kids need him, stuff like that. But yeah, no. The older I got though, the more I valued space. I think when I was younger, I felt like that's how you needed to be. Like, oh, you need to be around me 24/7. We need to be talking 24/7. And then you get older and wiser. And you'd
When
be
I was
like,
in a relationship that one time, I was
mm-hmm.
at a point where I was paranoid for a little while because it was just like, we live in New York. I know that the streets are dangerous. You know what I mean? And I used to just be scared. Like, I want you to come home. You know what I mean?
No, that's real. That's real.
Like, I just wanted him to be home. And I knew that caused like a lot of issues too, because it's like, yo, bitch, he has to have his own life too. Like, but I just wanted him to be safe. You know what I mean?
Especially the type of guy you date.
That he was, because I don't date nobody. But yeah, with him, especially with him on that scene, I was just like, oh yeah, no, because I just wanted to be close to you. Because if you home with me, I know you're safe. When you're out in the street, I don't know what can happen. You know what I mean? It's so stupid to think like that, but it's just like I was just so paranoid. And now that I'm older, I'm just like, girl, you could have just let that rock. But like
that comes with that territory of like wanting to know all the time. You become paranoid.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because the moment you don't get an answer, it's like, wait, what's going on? What's happening?
And I don't think they
okay?
realize that. I think they think it's like, oh, we just want to be up under them. We think they're cheating all the time or whatever.
No.
And that's not necessarily the case. Sometimes you really just be worried. Like, especially if you know your man got beef in the streets with people or they don't get along with certain type of people. You're like, come home. Just come home.
Or certain areas of crime. Like, I just want you safe.
Yeah, that's it. Like, I don't know. That's the nurturer in us.
Yeah.
But they be fake doing that too, though. Like if you with a guy who kind of cares, if you gone for too long, they be like, "Where you at? What you doing? Like, are you okay?" But we don't really do that. We check in unnecessarily sometimes.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm trying to think about all the guys that I have dated. And if I ever got that treatment, and
I don't think I've
I
ever
get
had.
that from my homeboys, like my guy friends,
but
are
that's somebody
definitely
caring
like,
about you, though. Yeah, like
yeah, that I know
my
that's the crazy part. Is like, if I'm dating you, you should care. Like I should be able to get that, but I don't think I've gotten it.
I know for a fact I have not received that type of care from a dude, in my opinion. Maybe
It's
they,
on my checklist.
KG fake cares. Like he'll
Nah,
say
he
something
care.
slick, which means I know that he cares. Like, yo, why you taking so long at the store? That's hurry up and come home because you've been gone too long. You know
right.
what I'm saying? It'll be something slick, like, oh my gosh, you made mad stops. You just said you was gonna make one stop and now it's 2 hours later. Like that's his way of saying he cares, I guess.
He's one of the ones that care about me. When I was in Florida and I left your house and I was heading back down, he was like, yo, text me when you get back. Make sure you text me when you get back. I'm like, okay. Fell asleep on the ride back. I got there. I'm like, yo, all right, let me at least text Kate. She's like, because that's the homie.
That's him. I think that's just his personality too. Like he
But
just
that's him, and actually him and all his friends like that, which is good.
yes, which is why we're so close to them. Like guys
How
like that are rare.
I was gonna say, you guys have like a good group of guy friends who are just like normal. Like, we know that they're
Yeah,
nuts, but they're normal nuts, if that makes sense. Like
Yes.
yeah. They're
like
not fuckboys.
Right.
they're all
Right.
good men from,
Yeah.
outside looking in.
Yeah, they're grown. They're men trying to figure
We
out their own.
we watch them grow.
Shit.
We watch
Yeah.
them grow. So
I love
dang. You said you love what?
I love that though. Grown men being grown men and doing grown men things. Like we see y'all. We see y'all. We
Yes.
love to see.
Mm,
Yeah, we got a shout
love
out.
to see
Speaking
it.
of great guys, friend to the show, Philly.
Phil.
Ew, he's so amazing.
He is a
Good.
great person. So he kicked it with us and that was fun. I'm glad he came out. So he's doing
Thank
big things
you.
and I'm proud of him.
Yes,
Definitely proud of him.
definitely.
All right, y'all. So I guess we're gonna wrap it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like we're
I'm
all like
old.
coming off of our vacations. Like we have like that back to real life.
I
I
know.
go, and mine was just a staycation, but it was so worth it. I got to see friends, family. It was just, and sleep in
Oh,
late, which is not really sleeping in late. It's only sleeping into 7:30 without the alarm waking me up.
yes, basically.
Beautiful.
But yes, it was
Huh.
definitely great to see y'all spend some time. We got to do it more often.
Yes, we do. Absolutely. Very soon.
Very,
We'll
very soon.
be in a studio near you.
All right, y'all. This is another episode of the We Are Not Regular podcast. I am Kelly.
I'm $1 Million Ash.
And I'm Eva.
Have a good night, y'all. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.